line recently, and it seemed that you guys were both giving each other credit. Or just wanted to, I want to see if you can elaborate with that.
Mark Breland?
Yes.
He's a trainer that really don't say too much. One of the best amateurs ever. And two-time world champion as a professional, if I'm not mistaken. You know, I'm a real student of the game, real student, and my dad always knew that I was gonna be a hell of a fighter because I was a student that can learn all three ways, hearing, seeing, and doing. Mark Breland, hell of a trainer, a great guy. Remember, I was just up there talking about that, up there. When the fighters win, they get all the credit. Yeah. Then when a fighter lose, the fighters say, it was the trainer fault.
Floyd,
it is what it is.
Floyd, 1 week from tonight, you're going to get named the Fighter of the Decade 2010s at the Boxing Writers Dinner in New York.
Which I really should be getting Fighter of the last 2 decades, and you know that.
I'll put in the word. But what does that mean to you? I mean, obviously you just talked about being remembered. You have been remembered as one of the greats of all time. When you take that award, what are you going to think of? What are you going to think of what you've accomplished in your career?
For the Fighter of the Decade, I'm the Fighter of the last century, honestly. And it's a reason why I'm the best fighter of the last 100 years. The credentials show it. And I went out there and showed it. What's better than going out there, being world champion for what, 20 years? Mm-hmm. Box office, I got the record. Pay-per-view, I got the record. I ain't want it. It's better to have 5 world titles than 4 at one particular time. So, I mean, it is what it is. They're gonna always have their opinion about me. I'm always be who I am. I'm always speak from the heart, and know that when I went out there, I gave it 100%. Whether I was 100% when I went in there or not, I always gave it 100%.
Well, you just got done talking about it. A lot of these guys, including yourself, had to scratch and claw for that recognition. The fact that you finally got it at the highest level, do you take a big measure of satisfaction with that?
The best thing about my career was the bronze medal. Best thing.
Because?
Made me work harder. I know I won, but I didn't want to leave no doubt. And you see, all throughout my career, they've been trying to cut my throat. I fight Canelo, what they call it a majority decision. Yeah. I fight Canelo. Some judge had it a draw. I fight Óscar. Somebody had it a split. Come on, man. Oh, it's not good for the sport of boxing. And we talked about this. The scoring. Scoring in boxing is getting worse. I don't like it. And I went to the WBC convention because, whether I want to or not, you guys may say this, but I'm still a face of boxing. And I'm going to go up, I went there to speak up for all fighters. I didn't go just to speak for black fighters. I went there to speak for all fighters and have all fighters back and say, these guys need to be treated fair.
What's your recommendation, 5 judges?
How important is it for you to stick up for fighters of all races? You seem to really frame that a lot in your conversation, that it's not just about a black or a white or a Mexican. You seem to care about boxing as a whole. Talk to us about that.
I mean, of course, because I have fighters from all walks of life. And you know what's so crazy that I laugh at every day? When sometimes they write these stories, they say, Mayweather Promotions, only fighter they got is Tank. If y'all think that, if y'all believe that, y'all can believe whatever y'all want to believe. Meaning that a fighter can't say, I'm doing business with Al Heyman, but I'm not doing business with Floyd Mayweather. Or I'm doing business with Floyd Mayweather, and I'm not doing business with Al Heyman. That PBC could be Pretty Boys champion. But we don't really want to tell y'all that. But, you know, it is what it is.
Why did you sign Gervonta Davis in the first place?